Peter Vallance, marketing guy at Rocky Mountain Bikes, and we're here today. We're going to take you to a little tour of our factory in Vancouver. And one thing we pride ourselves at Rocky Mountain is our prototype frame facility, in which we develop and test all of our new bikes, forthcoming bikes. So whether it's an aluminum bike or a carbon bike, they all start here. So all of our aluminum bikes are first welded here, and then they move to production, and then we mock up mules of all of our carbon fiber bikes here also. So everything starts in this facility here. So moving over here, this is the welding station. It's a one-man show right now with master frame builder Al Kowalchuk right over here. But Al's worked here for almost 20 years, and he's one of the original members of Rocky Mountain Bikes, welding since day one, moving from the original steel bikes, and now he's working with all the custom fancy aluminum shapes now. Right now, Al's working on custom four-cross frames for Scott Beaumont, one of our World Cup racers. He's using a modified Vertex tube set with custom geometry, custom features, specifically for four-cross racing. Like you see, like the ICG mount here. Everything done by hand, just like it always has been. And yeah, we're looking to get Scott on these bikes really quick. All of our frames, they start from a drawing, CAD drawing developed by our designers and by Al. And we use this drawing to go from when we're developing a new frame, when we're welding up a new frame, we can actually place it exactly on the drawing just to make sure that everything's lining up properly. And then just as a constant check to make sure the frame's straight. So as the frames are welded, the heat can distort the frame, and you want to make sure that all the angles are just exactly how they're intended to be. So we develop stiffness tests so to give a clear benchmark on where we sit. And so this right here is a 2012 Element RSL prototype frame that we're measuring the bottom bracket stiffness. So you can see that a weight's placed on this arm here, and the gauges measure the deflection. So it's important for us to know exactly how stiff and the frames are. Fatigue testing, we conduct fatigue testing both in Vancouver and in our Quebec location. And that also allows us to prototype faster. So we can tell where a bike's going to fatigue or fail, then we can alter the design faster.
What happens here is there's a rod connecting the crank on the drive side to the rear axle, and so it's constantly taking the force going into the pedals and putting the chainstay on the drive side in compression and tension. So it's simulating the chain link force being put into the bike from hard stand-up pedals.
Some pretty cool antiques hanging around the office, like this old titanium tie bolt here, piece of history, one of the first production titanium mountain bikes. We've got the old Altitude, on a 98. This is the current full suspension bike's namesake, one of the first raced high-end steel mountain bikes on the west coast there. And then this is super rare, one of 50 ever made. This is the Suzy Q. This is the first ever Maple Leaf mass paint job we ever did on a bike with an elevated chainstay and scandium tubing. This is a crazy collector's piece that people try to buy from us all the time, but it's not for sale. This is the first prototype of our 2012 Vertex RSL carbon bike that our engineer Darcy O'Connor's been racing on the last little while. Often we'll put staff and team racers on our bikes before they meet the light of day. So Darcy's been racing on this, and it's passed his test, passed his abuse, and now we see the final version ready for the bike store. And this is our Vertex 970. So Rocky's an R&D and engineering company first and foremost. We focus a lot on innovative technology, and in Vancouver we have a team of engineers as well as engineers in Quebec also. So this is Joanne, she's one of our senior engineers, and she's running our new Vertex carbon bike through its paces in our FEA software. And so when developing this bike, we went through over 100 versions, just perfecting the tube shapes and tube thicknesses. And this software allows us to see the hot spots or potential fatigue points. Rocky's also a real sports marketing based company. We got lots of athletes at our disposal to test our bikes and help us push the limits. And it's nice that a lot of them are based in Vancouver, and we have riders like Andreas Hessler here come by quite often and raid the cookie cupboard for gear all the time.
It's a job, right? Somebody's got to do it, and so I do it. I need some equipment to make it happen. So thanks, Pete. See you later.